Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com. In this video, I want to show you some of the latest components and how easy it is to build a custom checkout that has all the components of a checkout, a cart, and the ability to throw any product you want to it at any time. Here we're going with a watch product, and I've created a simple checkout page that is custom designed with the layout I want and the components I want. I called this watch checkout. Here it's just an ordinary page with the WooCommerce default checkout shortcode, but over in the upper right hand corner, I've defined that I want to use my own custom layout using Elementor. Inside of there is where I've decided which of the components to use in the WooCommerce checkout, as well as some special features that are included in LaunchFlows and LaunchFlows alone. Now, the way this works is straightforward. Here I can throw any product I want, whether it's simple, variable, grouped, or subscription, at any custom checkout. And each of the products I throw at the cart have the DNA encoded in them to know what to do next. So here, if I go ahead and add in a product, maybe I'll add maybe three of the red option for this. And then I'll come back and I'll add maybe another one, which is maybe one of the blue. Now, this variable product is something I can modify. And as you can see, it dynamically updates as necessary. Because the products know where to go next, when I do the checkout, it's going to take me to the custom checkout page that I designed using an ordinary page. This allows me to have the experience I want based upon the original product sold, an upsell, an order bump, even an after the order second sale, a one-time offer before it's too late. Either way, you'll notice that I didn't have to take any time at all to set up complicated flows with multiple steps and predefining anything, because as you'll see, all the DNA is in the products themselves. You'll notice here I have a feature which I included that allowed me to design a very simple page using Elementor that includes a link to the My Account area, as well as the order details, but in a very compact fashion. Now, in many cases, you might not even want to show them a thank you page. And instead, as I'll show you in a second, you can just take them to the My Account area where you've got a custom dashboard to display the products or what they should do next. Here, in this case, I could just take them by clicking the link to the actual place, including their My Orders and so forth. Now, this is all customizable, but the point of this video is that when we look at the actual setup of what we're selling, here's the thank you page that I built. I just used an ordinary Elementor backdrop, and I put in a couple things like an image and the other text. Here I added a link that allows me to send them to the My Account area. And here's where I use the custom capabilities of LaunchFlows on the thank you page to include a short code for last orders. That basically will take the last thing they ordered and put it onto the thank you page, but in a very compact way. Next, I went ahead and I had set up the products that they're purchasing. With LaunchFlows, you can predefine all of your products right in the standard WooCommerce products area, but you can also use their categories and tags for special purposes, such as being able to group them together and show only certain products on your actual checkout pages at certain times. Here I just had one simple product involved. And when I defined this product, I put the DNA into it to make it possible to do what we wanted. You'll notice in the upper right corner that I have the LaunchFlows direct checkout link. This is the magic link that when you copy it, you can add to any button or any other text or image anywhere on the internet, and it will throw that particular product, including variations, at whatever checkout you want. In order to make sure it knows where to go, I use the LaunchFlows tab. Here I have some options that are the DNA that I was referring to. The first thing is, which is the checkout page these products in a variation should go to? Well, I'm using the watch checkout page. Next, as I said, well, what happens after any of these products get checked out? Where should they go? And as I mentioned, we set up a similar custom page called Watch Shop Thank You page. That's the one I just showed you. Now, if I wanted, I could also instantly style this as a lead magnet. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but let's say if I had a product that was free, I could avoid having to style anything and simply just offer somebody their first name, last name, and email as an option so they can give that to me, be registered and logged in, and get on with doing the things that I need them to do, including getting access to the site or otherwise getting a free lead magnet to introduce them to the products that I have to sell. I can do something called a solo checkout. Now, that's useful if you ever want to sell one product always by itself. If a solo checkout is in the cart, it will push out whatever was there before. And if something else is sent to the cart after it, it will be pushed out. That allows you to make sure that that particular product never gets sold with anything else. And finally, you can hide some of the extra things that would normally show up on a custom product page, like the related products and the fluff that goes around them, allowing you to use the design components that just essentially show the only things you want to show. Now, the most important part of this is the layout. Remember when we did the setting up, we had a custom Elementor template, and that's what's going on here. I've got the ability inside of Elementor, let me move myself out of the way, to use the LaunchFlows shortcodes along with some other components and build exactly the look and feel I want one time, and then use it again and again for an unlimited number of products. Imagine if you're selling courses. You only have to design one page one time, and then any product courses you throw at it will go through the exact experience you want the person to have without having to be locked into using all those steps and flows and steps and flows. Here, what I did is a couple different shortcodes. First of all, it's a simple section, and I divided it into a left and a right column. On the right side, I said, here's a title, order details. Then I used the LaunchFlows shortcode to add in some components. So when you type LaunchFlows shortcodes, you can drag a widget into place. And then when you click on it, you can choose which components you want to use. So what I did is I added in below, review the product. That's what shows the products and the variations and the ability to increase the numbers. Next, I added two buttons. This one was just a modal pop-up that is built into Elementor that allowed me to show that particular product that was in the cart, along with the variations. Remember, it allowed us to choose the red and the blue and so forth. This one is the checkout button. That's using a feature called, down here, LaunchFlows custom checkout button. It's right here. When you add this shortcode, it hides the default payment button that's normally from WooCommerce and allows me instead to use any element I want, a button, an image, text, and that will allow the checkout process to happen. All you have to do to make it work is just add the matching ID LF checkout button to what we have in the shortcode. Shortcode hides the original button. The ID allows your new button to take its place. Next, I've got some custom ones here. You'll notice that I hid the payment information. That's because I know that everybody's going to check out with the same credit card information that they already have. I hid it really simple by using the advanced and then moving myself out of the way. I use the advanced and then the responsive layout to hide it on all sizes of browsers. If I exposed it, everything would be fine. It will just show the ability for somebody to change their gateway. So that's one of the ways that you can use LaunchFlows to selectively display or hide components. You can put something on the screen that you want to hide, and by putting it into the responsive mode, you can make sure that it won't show up because it's kind of like held inside of a closed box. I then use these other two shortcodes, hide related products and hide WooCommerce tabs. I did that because with that modal window, I wanted to make sure that it didn't have all those extra accessories at the bottom that normally come from a single product page. On the left-hand side, I have a featured image that is pulling in the image from the product that I'm selling. Then I also did the same thing I did for the payments, where I used the LaunchFlows shortcode from the dropdown for coupon, but I hid it. And the reason I hid it is because I've got a built-in feature called the LaunchFlows coupon code that when people want to use a coupon, I can automatically include that in their discount without them having to click on anything. So no need for me to show an extra coupon field. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen based upon who they are and what they've done before. I then have a couple other shortcodes, including the LaunchFlows notices. This is what moves the normal WooCommerce notice area from the top of the page into a widget where I can drag it anywhere I want in the layout. In this case, I wanted it down below on the left side. I did the same thing for the normal message that shows up with WooCommerce if you need to log in, such as when you come to the page if you're a stranger, or if you come to the page and you've previously been there, but your browser has logged you out. That will give you the same idea of, hey, if you're a member or a customer, just log in here without you having to see it at the top of the page. And then finally, I've got the billing information, which is the normal fields minus the ones I don't need. So in most cases with a virtual product, I only need to show first name, last name, and email, but you could also include obviously shipping fields if that's a product you're going to send. Now, all of the style on this page, including the background, the colors, the fonts, the movement, all of this can be modified using Elementor or your favorite page builder. and it can be selectively shown or not shown using marketing automation with tags or with the other dynamic content display tools that are available in almost every page builder, especially Elementor. This can be saved, shared, and even sold to somebody who's your customer or prospect. If you're good at design, you can do a layout like this and then simply go to the bottom here and save it as a template. You call it my custom layout for sale. Once you save it, this is something that you can use again and again for yourself or your customers, or what you can do is take it and export it. Using Elementor or your favorite page builder, you can export this file as a JSON, and then you can sell it to somebody else who can then use it immediately on their site when they have LaunchFlows. Simply throw any of their own products at it, and all the capabilities of your design will work without any coding on their part required. And that's how simple it is to use LaunchFlows. It modifies your basic WooCommerce components in a way that's aesthetically pleasing, uses only the things you want to see, plus it makes available a ton of things you can't get to with a standard WooCommerce checkout. Normally, all these individual components and functions are locked into one simple process or design. And best of all, LaunchFlows does not require you to change your metaphor about locking yourself into committing this product or that product to being sold in this step or that flow in a certain order in a certain place. And that's important because every product is treated as an immediate transaction. And that means when you use your affiliate products like Affiliate WP, everybody gets fair credit immediately on sale. But for your users, they get immediate satisfaction, and you can give them the experience that makes it best for you and them without having to go through a lot of complications or having to learn how to do complicated things by adding lots of other plugins. Everything you need is included in this very simple LaunchFlows plugin, plus using, let's say, Elementor, Astra, WooCommerce, WP Fusion if you want marketing automation, and you're good to go. I hope this helps explain how this works and gives you a little inspiration about what you can do. I'll see you on the next video.